All right, good afternoon. So I got excited today and just started going and started rolling, and then I was like, well, maybe I should throw this up as a help to somebody else. I'm out here right now pairing calves. So I've got 28 calves that have to be paired with 28 cows, and I have to know which calf goes with which cow so that tomorrow I can sort out 28 pairs and market them. So yesterday I came over here. I had a lot of help. I was probably more the help than the person that knew what I was doing. But we came over and sorted up the 28 calves. And we put the 28 calves in this pen behind me. There's still one back there, and I've got one more over here to my right. But we put the 28 calves back there and then held them over there overnight. Now, you don't have to hold them overnight. You can pull them off and hold them for a couple hours. The main goal here is just to let them know that they're not with their mom and that they need to go find their mom. So you can pull them off for a couple hours, or you can pull them off for maybe a day tops. You don't want to pull them off for too long. But first step is sort off the calves. You don't have to know who the mom is yet. Just run all the cows in, sort off calves, and hold up the calves that you need. All right, so the next step is we're gonna pull these calves out and put them out here. 28 to do, but I'm only gonna turn out 2 to 5 at a time. As I go along, I've been getting less. So like the first time I turned out 5, this time I've got 2 turned out. So I just paired up the other one. This one's still kind of looking for its mom. Not real active, but still looking. So I'm gonna follow 29 through the cows. I might kind of push her around a little bit, let her pair up real quick. Shouldn't take long. Okay, so as I'm walking 29 around here, I'm staying back from her maybe 25 or 30 yards. I've got a bunch of cows coming into water here behind me. She's looking for her mom's looking for her. They ought to find each other pretty fast. But one thing I forgot to mention is when I'm doing this, I don't have the cows out on 10, 20, 30 acres. I've got them on maybe 2. So I've got 240 cows out here on 2 or 3 acre trap, just to keep them up and tight where I have good visibility. All these other ones weaned a calf yesterday is why they were all mad. So I've got them up here just to have good visibility, and that way I don't have to chase them around. All right, so just that quick, she paired. I'm gonna flip my camera around and show you what I'm looking at. 29 right there, black, a little bit white. She's paired with 546. 546, and I'm gonna write down the calf. I'm gonna write down the coloring. I'm gonna say I've got, 29 heifer. She's black with white spots on her belly, and she's paired with 546, who's a black cow. So that tomorrow when I come in here and I need to sort them all up, I can very easily do that. So that right there, I paired a calf in maybe a minute and a half. When you have 28 of them to do, a minute and a half pairing goes pretty nicely. And that's honestly about as fast as I've been doing them all day. I paired all of these in about an hour. So I've got one left, and we'll be done pretty quick. Okay, so I got all of that one's information recorded, added to my master list here. I've got one left. It's a black calf. He's number 7. He's gonna go out, and then I'm gonna follow him around in this 2 or 3 acres and see how long it takes me to find his mom. Everybody else out here is paired. And then each time I walk through, I just verify as I'm walking through, and I'll say, okay, so I've got 14 heifer there. I wrote down that she's supposed to be with 518 black cow with a blue ear tag. And I can verify that simply for safety. There was one cow today that it was a little heifer calf, and she just came out really aggressive and started stealing milk. So I thought she was paired, and then come to find out she wasn't actually supposed to be with that cow, and I had to follow her around a little bit more. But Really pretty simple. This is by far the simplest way I found to pair these up. If you don't pair them up like this, you end up turning out all 29, and you're trying to pair them in pasture when they're not hungry and not wanting to nurse. It's pretty challenging. You can see these cows are pretty calm with me in here. They're not minding me much. So as I'm walking through and looking for these other ones, I can take a look at this. This is the last one I paired a minute ago, but I'm still walking around out here, and I can just verify that I got it right 10 minutes later. 5.99, 7 calf. 7 is a black bull calf with a 7-ear tag. 5.99 short with a blue ear tag. Pretty simple, pretty easy, and I can verify all of these as I continue to walk around down here. All right, so that's a wrap. So the perks of doing it this way is I've got the calves and the cows separated. They're both looking for each other. They're not out in the pasture fat and happy. That's why I separate them out for a couple hours at minimum, for a day at most probably. So they're both looking for each other. The other thing is, by keeping the cows up tight, I can go and I can walk around and follow this calf and very easily keep up with it and very easily walk through all these cows. The cows are calm, they're content, and I can walk through here without any issues. They're not running around, they're not stirring up dust, and they're not hiding out in the brush and I can't find them. So that's the perk of keeping the calves up, keeping the cows in a smaller paddock. And then the other big thing, and one of the biggest things is turning out just a few at a time. So by turning out 2, I'm not trying to run through and pair everything all at once. I can be able to focus on just 2. So one will run to the far side over here with the far cows, and then one will stay back here while I'm at in the pens. And I can say, all right, get this one paired, keep an eye on that one, or that one's more recognizable, so I'm gonna pair this one first. I did that a minute ago. I had a black calf and then I had a paint. Well, the paint is more recognizable, so I let the paint run off and find its mom without me following it, and I just followed the black one about 30 yards behind it where I could just keep it in view. Maybe 4 or 5 cows between us, but as soon as it stops and nurses, I'm gonna know. So these are the main benefits to doing it like this. Pairing is pretty simple when it's done this way. I'm out here by myself. I've got a notebook, I've got a pen, and I've got binoculars just in case I needed to see an ear tag. But none of these cows are skittish enough that I even needed them. So my binoculars are hanging back in the corrals right now. Pretty simple though, just me, maybe an hour and a half tops of my time. This really hadn't been too bad. I'm just sitting here cruising through, enjoying walking through the cows. I get to see all of them pretty close, get to check on them, see everything that they have going on, and I get to pair up the calves pretty well too. So, hope that's helpful. Hope this adds value of some sort to somebody. If it does, let me know in the comments. And if you have any other things that I should throw out some tips on. I don't know much, and what I do know, I'll tell you, but it's worth what you're paying for it. Thanks.